Walton learning. For paragraph essay writing. Argumentative writing. Reading 1. One night, I went to bed and woke up inside a shiny silver spaceship. I looked around and saw two men in big white spacesuits. One of them said, "Hey kid, I'm Neil Armstrong. Ready to go to the moon?" I said, yes, even though I felt a little nervous and my heart was beating like a drum. We landed on the moon with a big bumpy thud. I floated out of my seat like a balloon, moving slowly and wobbly. The moon was gray, quiet, and dusty like an old chalkboard. Neil stepped out and said, "That's one small step for man." We planted a tall American flag in the soft moon dirt and looked up at Earth. It was shining like a blue and white marble in the black sky. I waved at it and smiled. They let me press some buttons on the control panel and gave me a rough, sparkly moon rock. "This one's for your class," they said. As the spaceship flew back to Earth, I held the moon rock in my hands, feeling super lucky. I looked out the window one last time at the moon and stars. Then I woke up in my own bed, with sunlight coming through my window. But guess what? On my nightstand was the moon rock, rough, sparkly, and real. Was it a dream? Maybe. But I couldn't wait to show my class and tell them the best story ever. Reading 2. One sunny day, I was at the fun, noisy zoo with my cousin, Jade. The air smelled like popcorn and animals. People were walking around with ice cream cones and big smiles. Suddenly, Jade had a silly idea. "Let's make a video," he said, pulling a big silver camera out of his backpack. We stood in front of the huge, wrinkly gray elephants. They flapped their big ears like fans and munched on hay with their wiggly trunks. Jade pressed the red button and said, "Okay, so here we are. In front of the elephants." He sounded just like a news reporter on TV, and I laughed out loud. Later, we went home and put the video on his new website called YouTube. He said it would be a place where people all over the world could share their own videos. I asked, "Even weird ones, like dancing hamsters and burping frogs?" He laughed and said, "Especially those." A few days later, Jade showed me our video online. It already had lots of views and funny comments. We were so excited, we started planning our next video right away. From that day on, we became the zoo reporters. And who knows? Maybe one day, we'll be famous. Reading 3. At first, I thought it was just a long winter break. We were told school would close for 2 weeks, and everyone in my class cheered like we won a prize. No noisy alarm clocks, no hard math tests, just cozy pajamas, video games, and sleeping in late. But 2 weeks turned into something much bigger. Suddenly, the world felt upside down. We had to wear tight, itchy masks that made my glasses fog up. People stayed far apart, and hand sanitizer was everywhere. Birthday parties got canceled, soccer practice stopped, and I didn't even get to say goodbye to my 5th grade teacher with a hug or a high five. The hardest part was not seeing my grandma. I missed her warm, squishy hugs more than anything. School went online, and at first, it felt kind of fun. I learned from my bedroom, wore fuzzy socks, and ate lunch with my dog. My teacher did her best to make class fun with games and videos. I even got faster at typing. But after a while, I started to miss real school, whispering to my friends, passing notes, and laughing during lunch. Then things slowly started getting better. We could go outside more, see our family again, and even go back to school. Everything's back to normal now, but I'll never forget that strange time when the world got quiet and I learned to be strong, kind, and patient. And best of all, I finally got that big, squishy hug from Grandma.